result? Was the performance every bit as pleasing in your eyes?
Yeah, the performance was good. The team was very dominant, created enough chances to kill the game in the first half. In the second half, the intention was the same. A very basic mistake, very basic, gave them the goal in the only chance they had. But then we had a genius action to bring us again to a two-goal advantage.
Yeah, talk to us, if you can, a little bit about the way Ndombele has developed as a player in your time as manager, because today was sort of the pinnacle of the comeback with the way he finished compared to how he started at the start of your tenure.
You know, I coached for so many years, and I had so many players, and I have enough experience to say and to feel that when a player is not playing very well, is his responsibility, and when a player turns things around and bring his performance level to a very high level, is also his responsibility. Is a great example that with me the door is always open. The door of the team is always open, and when a player is not playing, he has to try to understand why, and he has to try to understand how can he walk through that door. He understood. The goal is amazing, but I don't care about the goal. I care about the performance. The performance was magnificent, and I'm really pleased that he come to this level. He's playing very, very well.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Jose. Still on Tanguy. Is his fitness now there? He's completed 90 minutes again today. So are you happy now that he's as fit as he can be?
Yeah, he's the third time he plays 90 minutes, and 90 minutes of a game with high intensity, because Sheffield is a team that plays high intensity football. We played high intensity football. We press very, very high. Not easy for our midfielders to cope for 90 minutes with the intensity of the game, and he did that. And a part of that, he was very, very good in creation, in transporting the game, in coming out in transitions and trying to assist the attacking players. His performance was very, very complete.
Hi there, Jose. Congratulations on the victory. Can I just ask you about Joe Rodon? He looks very comfortable stepping up to this level now.
Yeah, he played well. He did many things well. A couple of things not so well. But he's a player that was, of course, playing in the championship. A young guy. He has to learn. One thing is, you want a central defender and you pay 70 million for one of the top center backs in Europe, and then you resolve your problems. Another thing is to get a good player, but a player that needs to develop. And with Joe, that is the situation. He has to learn. He has to make mistakes. He has to play. He has not to play. We have to try to give him conditions to perform. But potentially, of course, is a good player that can become, of course, much, much better. And with this performance today, particularly, I'm happy. He did the same against Chelsea. He made a mistake that could cost the game in the last minute, but this is the mistake that a young guy coming from a different reality can make, and he has to be supported like he is. And I'm very pleased with this performance.
Hey Jose,
Hello.
2 questions on Tanguy if I can. Firstly, do you give Daniel Levy some credit for Tango's turnaround? Because we all saw on the documentary Daniel had a meeting with Tanguy where he reassured him that things would get better at Spurs last season. And secondly, what do you see as Tanguy's best position long term?
I give the special credit to Tanguy. As I was saying before, for me, the great responsible for high level performance and low level contribution is the player mentality, is the player will to train hard, is the player will to be available for the team, is the player desire to win, to earn a place in the team. And the player is the biggest responsible. Mr. Levy responsibility, in my opinion, is some, but is minimal compared with the player. But it's true, Mr. Levy believe in the player and push the player. In some conversations they had that the door was open for him, and with me is always the same. The door is always open, but the player cannot expect for me to go and to bring him. Has to be the player to walk through that door and to come in the direction of what the team needs from him. So total credit for Tanguy, and I think also Mr. Levy deserves some.
And just on his best position long term, do you see him as a 10 or an 8?
Best position. A top player plays in every position, and is not a problem for a top player. Top players, they play in every position. Top players, they don't get excuses about the system, the position, the way the team plays. Top players, they play in every team, in every system, with every coach. When sometimes I listen, player X is not playing well because the team plays this way or that way, that's bullshit. That is typical excuses from players' entourage, directors without any idea of what football is. That is just speculation. Tanguy is a midfield player. Of course, if he plays right back or left back, it's difficult for him. But with his physical condition, the way he is now, he can be perfectly a midfield player like he was today. Number 10 position with this creation and with this change of speed is also very, very possible. I'm very pleased with this performance today.
Thanks.
Hi, Jose. I just wondered, people talking about Benign.
I'm not getting it. I'm not getting it.
There's a lot of reverb. Do you want to try again?
Jose, people are talking about the game kicking off the other side of the Pennines as a title decider. Are you happy to go about getting your results quietly and keeping with them and doing your own thing and letting people talk about other people for the time and see where Spurs can be at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think that's what we have to do. We have to do our season. We have to play our matches. We are in 4 competitions. We have a final to play. Unfortunately, we cannot do that next month. We have to wait until the end of April. We are going to fight in Europa League. We are going to fight in the FA Cup. We have a lot to play, and I think is in the end of the season where you analyze results, you realize how good your season was, how better could be, how worse could be, and where you can improve. As a start, I think the last time Tottenham beat Sheffield United, I think was black and white television. So we managed to beat Sheffield with good TV color screens.
Okay, thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jose.